Hello everybody and welcome back to this series of Aviary Attorney with yours truly, SlowWolf. Last time we checked out the Louvre and I think our investigation went really well. However, we have some other things that we need to do. We're going to go to Les Halles and now we're going to check out the area and see if we can't find the flower girl who sold the rose. And see if we can't complete the investigation for today. The pair arrive at Les Halles market. Vendors and buskers, performers and thieves, bourgeois and peasants all bustle from place to place. Prince Juan said that he met a flower girl here. Senia, I think he said her name was. There's a swan with flowers over there. Do you think that's her? I think so. It's possible that she knows the murderer, or even that she is the murderer herself, so we should probably act with tact and finesse. Excuse me, Mademoiselle Flower Lady, we would like a word! Tact, Sparrowson, tact. We've been over this.
Good day, messieurs. Are you interested in purchasing a flower?
Yes, I wish to purchase a rose from me lady.
I'm afraid I'm out of roses. I sold my last one a week ago. Perhaps you would be satisfied with the chrysanthemum instead?
'Tis a beautiful flower from a fair maiden. Please, don't mind Sparrowson. He fell out of his nest as a baby, and he's said dumb things ever since. Hey! Let me introduce myself. I am J.J. Falcon, defense attorney. Are you Mademoiselle Senia?
That's right. Catherine Marie Senia. I suppose you're here to ask about the royal assassination attempt.
How did you know?
I'm no fool, monsieur. I know that a rose I sold was used as the murder weapon. To be honest, I'm surprised it's taken so long for someone to directly question me.
The Parisian police seem to have a habit of missing obvious leads. So, do you mind if we ask you a couple of questions?
Business is slow. Please, ask away.
Who bought your last rose? Mademoiselle, you mentioned that you sold your last rose a week ago. Who did you sell it to?
The person who bought the rose... I didn't catch his name, but he was a charming red fox.
Sounds like our Juan.
I met him a week ago, on the 6th. We talked for a little while, about the usual things, you know, like how everyone seems to be in debt these days. Then he bought a rose and left. I hear that the fox is on trial, but to be honest, monsieur, I don't think he's guilty.
Oh, why's that?
Well, actually, never mind. It's just the gut feeling.
Okay. Tact and finesse. We ease off. I understand, mademoiselle. If you remember anything specific, please don't hesitate to get in contact with us. ...
Did you want anything else?
Where'd you get your flowers from? Where do you acquire your flowers from, if I may ask?
Normally, I gather them from the wild. Last week, I found these chrysanthemums on the city limits. And that's the same place I discovered this monk's shud. But since it's still winter, I have to buy a lot of my flowers from a merchant who travels to Italy and the Netherlands. That's how I acquired the rose.
What can you tell us about this particular merchant?
Not a lot, monsieur. He's just an old man who passes through Paris a few times a year, selling his goods and wares.
I see. No chance of him being a super secret assassin?
No, monsieur. Did you want to speak of something else?
That's all. Thank you for your time, mademoiselle.
Hold on, monsieur, before you leave. Are you sure that you don't want to buy some flowers? I'll even cut you a deal. Only 10 francs for this assortment of chrysanthemums and monk shoulds.
10 francs for flowers? It's a little steep.
Steep? Monsieur, I challenge you to find cheaper flowers in January.
Alright, sure. Why not? We're loaded, right? Alright, I'll take some. They can brighten up the office.
Thank you very much, monsieur. Here you go.
Chrysanthemum has been added to my evidence folder. Monk should has been added to my evidence folder. I don't claim to be a flower expert or anything, but chrysanthemums and monk shoulds are a very weird choice.
I suppose it is a bit strange, isn't it? The other flower sellers stick to popular dull flowers like tulips and roses. But I like these particular flowers because they are rebellious.
I'm sorry, the flowers are rebellious?
They stuck it out and managed to bloom in the middle of January. The flowers fought nature. They overcame insurmountable odds. It's quite an amazing thing to see.
I think I get it.
You don't need to humor me. I'm rambling, aren't I?
Not at all. No. This has been a pleasant discussion. Have a good day, mademoiselle.
And you, messieurs.
Interesting. Okay, so let's take a look at our evidence folder now that we have the opportunity. Stop messing around, Falcon. Let's help out Prince Juan already. Oh, just as soon as I take a look at my freaking evidence folder. A daisy sold to us by Mademoiselle Senia. That's a chrysanthemum.
A sprig of monk's should sold to us by Mademoiselle Senior. Okay. A book page, art and business card, a chocolate wrapper. Alright, so we have some stuff in here. All of it's useful. We have lots of evidence for a bunch of different things. I have no idea how a lot of them will come into play, but who knows. We've already checked out the Louvre. I mean, it'd be great to drop by the Chocolate Emporium, but... like, what would it do? Let's drop by the Canal Joyeux, I guess, for now. Really, Falcon? I thought you were done with your mopey drinking. I'm not here to drink, Sparrowson, or mope for that matter. Taverns are a fantastic hub of information. If we wish to get to learn more about this Prince Juan, then this would be the ideal place to start asking questions. Oh, that's pretty good thinking. Ah, you two are back. Do you feel any better, Falcon? Much better. Thank you for asking, Madame Quenelle. Oh, that's great to hear, Ron. Will it be the usual? No. I'm back to investigative work today, so I've got to keep sharp. We wanted to know if you've seen a Prince of Spain around here recently. A Prince of Spain? I don't know if you've noticed, hon, but this isn't exactly the classiest pub in Paris. I'm lucky to serve the occasional bourgeois. You can forget about seeing a member of royalty. That's a pity. Maybe I should ask some of your patrons? Oh, feel free. The old regulars, Rufus and Paul, they're playing cards in the attic, same as always. But we get all sorts of colorful characters in the drinking room. I bet if you rattled enough cages, you could find someone who knows whatever it is you want to know. Thank you, madame. Let's see, where to start? Let's start with the card room. Rufus and Paul.
Come on, Paul. Just one more game of Jacques Noir. Absolutely not. My wallet is hurting enough as it is.
Please?
I'll even let you deal this time. The answer's no, Rufus. I'm skint. If you want to play cards, you'll have to ask someone else.
Fine, I'll
ask that big fellow. Excuse me, monsieur. Yes, you, monsieur. Would you care to play some Jacques Noir?
Sure, why not? I'm good at blackjack. Absolutely. Deal me in, monsieur.
Very well, then. Do you know how to play?
Yeah, it's blackjack. Who doesn't?
Of course.
I've been playing for years. Yeah, right. Don't get cocky, Falcon.
Very good. I shall be the dealer. We will bet 5 francs per game. Here we go.
Alright, let's see. Okay, well, it's very nice. Go for 21. Nice, okay. My turn. That's an 8. Hit me. Stand. Alright, dealer. Suck it. Yeah, right, I won.
Well played, monsieur. Here's your payout. Shall we have another round?
Nah, I'm okay. We got other work to do. No, I think we're done. Maybe another day, monsieur.
I understand. Feel free to come back anytime.
Alright, a drinking room, sure.
So there I was, in the grasslands, 10 kilometers downriver, rifle in hand. I'd been pursuing this set of footprints for an hour. I was getting closer and closer. I could almost smell the beast. And then I spotted it. It was a boar. A big, stupid boar. Completely oblivious to my existence. I readied my gun. I carefully took aim. And then bam! You shot it? No. It was the most peculiar thing. The boar slumped over dead right before I could take another shot.
Sounds like one of them heart attacks. My dad went the same way, see?
That's what I thought. But when I went to take a closer look, I noticed the boar was frothing at the mouth.
Wow, it was rabid. Man, that's not good at all.
Possible, but I don't think so. I remembered reading something about frothing around the mouth being a symptom of poisoning. Needless to say, I left the dead animal alone.
Good call. Who wants to deal with tainted meat? That's what I always said. Yeah, it's what my nan said too, see? Man. Ask about Prince Juan, I guess? Excuse me, monsieur.
Well, what is it?
I don't suppose you've seen Juan Querido around here. He's Spanish royalty. Foxy fellow, swanky hat. He's a foxy fellow, swanky hat. Calls everyone senor.
That doesn't sound familiar. Do you recall seeing anyone like that, Pierrot?
I ain't got a clue.
Sorry, messieurs. You're barking up the wrong tree.
Well, what can you tell us about the Spanish royal family?
Do we look like walking encyclopedias or something? I'm not one. You see the top hat? Means I'm a person, see? Nah, not a book.
I'm afraid my compadre has a point. If you're to talk about hunting, then I'm your man. But Spanish royalty? That sounds like a question to be answered at a library, monsieur, not a tavern.
A library? Maybe you're right. Sorry for bothering you, monsieur. Ask about the boar. Excuse me, monsieur.
Yes. Can I help you?
You say that the beast you were tracking might have died from poisoning. Could you give us some further details?
Further details? I'm not much of a poison expert, I'm afraid.
Well, what do you think caused it?
I would guess it ate something bad. I saw some of that poisonous plant around. Wolfsbane, I think they call it. But really, I've no idea. I'm a hunter, not a vet. Please, excuse me.
Let's give them some peace. I think that's a good idea. Let's we've got what we want, I think. Are you ready to hit the road? Yep, let's go. Yep, let's make a move. Alright, okay. Not so bad. We got a couple of places we could go. Bibliothèque Cachée. You know what? Let's do this. Let's go over here, ask about Spanish royalty.
Here for a little light reading, are we?
Not quite, Sparrowson. I'm following the hunting beagle's advice.
Don't eat poisoned pork.
The other piece of advice, Sparrowson, that if we want to learn about a member of royalty, we should hit the library.
Oh, that makes sense. Say, Falcon, I've been meaning to ask. Since we're in a library and all, are you a classic literature fan, or do you prefer more modern works?
Readings for squares. Let's go for modern works. Why not? I like modern novels. Have you read The Three Musketeers yet? It has heaps of romance, intrigue, and action. You would love it, Sparrowson.
Don't patronize me, Falcon. Of course I've read The Three Musketeers. Despite its contrived narrative turns, I enjoy the novel's scathing critique of our current socio-political climate.
Wow, that's quite an insightful review. Wait a minute. You just memorized that single sentence to sound well read, didn't you?
Maybe.
Would you, messieurs, mind lowering your voices? I can hear you squawking from the other side of the building.
My apologies, monsieur. We'll keep it down.
Wait, you're a librarian, aren't you?
An astute observation. Yes, monsieur. As the only quiet person in the library, I am most assuredly the librarian.
Well, now that we have your attention, my friend wants to ask you something.
I do? Oh, right, I do. What can you tell us about Don Quixote? I borrowed this book from a friend. What can you tell us about it?
Don Quixote of La Mancha. It's a classic. Everybody has read it.
Yeah, everybody. But for those who haven't.
I'm not going to sit here and summarize a great work of literature for two imbeciles who are too lazy to read.
Nor would I expect you to, monsieur. But what can you tell us about the physical book itself?
This particular book didn't come from any library, if that's what you're asking. See? There's no library stamp or card. I assume it was acquired from a bookshop. A French bookshop, if the French translation and publishing information wasn't a giveaway.
I see. Thank you.
Did you have any other questions, or can I get back to work?
Why is the book in fucking French if the dude is Spanish royalty? I'm a little confused.
You seem like a scholarly, well-read individual. I'm sure you're up to date on geopolitical news and the like.
I don't need your praise. Spit out whatever imbecilic question is in the back of your throat.
Well, we understand that the Spanish throne is currently under dispute. Can you give us a brief rundown on who the contenders are?
What a trivial question. Even an elementary school child can name the immediate heirs to every throne in Europe.
Yeah, but for the sake of those children who slept through that class, can you refresh our memories?
Very well. Pay attention, because I'm not repeating myself. The current reigning monarch of Spain is Queen Regnant Isabella II of the House of Bourbon, daughter of King Ferdinand VII. Upon her death, the crown will likely fall to her husband, King Consort Francis, Duke of Cadiz, although it is certainly possible
that an immediate member of the family could stake a claim. However, the Queen's position is currently being disputed by the Carlists, headed by the Count of Montmelon. I hope that answers your question.
Did you catch all of that, Sparrowson?
Not a word.
Monsieur, we're actually interested in a Prince Juan Querido of Spain. I don't think I heard that name in your explanation.
A Prince Juan Querido. Is that what you said? Monsieur, I think you've been misinformed. There is no current Prince of Spain. I'm not even sure Querido is a real name. It is certainly no line of any Spanish monarchy.
How strange.
What does this mean, Falcon?
Well, one thing is for sure. Our client is not the Prince of Spain. Maybe he's a delusional lunatic, or perhaps he's involving us in some sort of con. We don't have long before the trial, but it may be in our best interest to confront Juan directly and get some answers.
Right. Are you two quite done chit-chatting?
Yeah, we're good, thanks. Don't worry, monsieur. I think we are done here. Thank you for your time.
Then I bid you good day.
Alright, January the 15th. I think we got a couple of days left. Occasionally, special cinematic scenes marked by an exclamation mark will pop up on the map screen. These cinematic scenes are only available for one day before disappearing, but they take no time to visit. Their viewing is entirely optional. Sure, les loups, which means the wolves. A storm is brewing, my brother. Word of the royal assassination attempt has spread. The proletariats grow confident. The bourgeoisie are cowering. It won't be long before we have rioting. And then a revolution. Okay. And the book he was reading was called Jean Comte Pierre, so that's very strange. We still don't have anything to go with on the Chocolate Emporium deal right now. We've already seen the Louvre and gotten everything out of it. The Canal Joyeux, we've gotten everything out of it. I think it's time to talk to Prince Juan.
You again. Visiting hours over. Come back later.
I have no time for your quibbling, monsieur. Stand aside.
You can't talk to me like that.
I most certainly can. We have reason to believe that you are housing a suspect under false pretenses. That is in direct violation of statutes 204B and 488C of the French Criminal Code of Justice. Failure to comply with our request may result in you, yes, you, monsieur, being held directly responsible for any consequential legal action.
All right. No need to break up the legalese on me. I'll go open the cell.
Wow, Falcon, how did you memorize those criminal codes? Memorize? Come on, Sparrow son, learn how to bluff. Amazing. Jesus! Ah, Senor Falcon. It is good to see you again. You have some good news about my case, I hope. Politely. Listen, Juan, in order to maximize our chances of a successful trial, I need to know every bit of information. I can't work with half-truths. If you tell me one thing, and the prosecution's evidence tells me another, then we're both in trouble.
I'm afraid I don't quite follow, senor.
Do you want me to spell it out? I know that you are not the Prince of Spain. I know that your name is not Juan Querido.
Where is this coming from? I assure you, senor,
that I am who I claim to be. If you want your trial to be a farce, then you don't need my help. Come, Sparrow son, we're leaving.
Wait.
Calm yourself, Monsieur Falcon. I'll reveal all. Did you just say monsieur? What happened to your Spanish accent? Your suspicions are well placed. Juan Querido is not my real name, and I am not a Spanish prince. That was just a persona I concocted for the purpose of getting you arrested. Or getting me arrested, you know what I mean. Why would you want to get arrested? Why would you want to get arrested? You're putting me in a difficult position, monsieur. If I tell you the full story, I would be putting someone else in danger. How about this? I'll tell you a story.
I like stories.
There was a girl, a mademoiselle who was in a great deal of debt. Everyone has a debt these days, monsieur. Indeed, but this particular mademoiselle was so indebted to a very powerful man, and that man wished to collect. The mademoiselle had no means of paying, so the man offered her a deal. Murder this man, and I will forget what you are owed. Refuse, and I will reap what I am owed from your parents. With no alternative options, the mademoiselle accepted. But another man, a gallant knight with foolish, archaic notions of chivalry, heard the mademoiselle's story. The knight knew that murder was inevitable, but he saw a way to take the fall in mademoiselle's place. Do you understand what I'm saying, monsieur? Yeah, I think we get it. He's the gallant knight. Mademoiselle Senior is the mademoiselle in this case. She owes somebody a lot of money. I understand, monsieur. To be honest, I wasn't the subtlest of allegories. Well, storytelling was never my strong suit, but I'm glad that you're seeing things from my perspective. Hopefully that sheds some light on the situation. If I may ask, monsieur, why did you not just go to the police with the information that you had? The police are not always an option. What is a man to do when the justice system itself is the problem? I'll let you know when I figured it out, monsieur. Dwell on it. Perhaps we should talk about something else in the meantime. What's your real name? I'd like to know. So, what is your real name? What's in a name? It's just an empty label, a vapid reflection of who we really are. Today, I'm Juan Querido, the Prince of Spain. Tomorrow, I may be Bruno Reyer, a pauper living under a bridge of the Seine. But that doesn't change who I am or what I do. That didn't really answer my question. No, I suppose it didn't. But you're a smart bird, Monsieur Falcon. I suspect that you already know my real name. Of course. Duh. Renard is fox. Vulpes is like Latin. I think it means something to do with like canines. So yeah, it's effectively fox dog. You are Renard Vulpes, private investigator. Very astute. And you are Mr. Falcon, private defense attorney. But that wasn't always your name, was it, Mr. Falcon? Just like me, you know how to adopt a new persona on a whim. You changed your name, Falcon? I didn't know that. This isn't about me, Juan, Renard, Monsieur. We're trying to uncover the truth here. Of course. So what truth is it you're attempting to uncover, Monsieur Falcon? Now we got what we need. I don't have any more questions for you, Juan. I think we've learned all we can for now. Really? I don't feel like we've learned very much at all. Oh, Monsieur Falcon, before I forget, could you find Mousy and ask him whether the birds have successfully flown south for the winter? Whether the birds have flown south. What is that? Some sort of code? Something like that. But rest assured, monsieur, that this does directly pertain to the case. Well, if we have time, I'll be sure to let Mousy know. Let's make a move, Sparrowson. Trial day is approaching. Right. Alright, so Sunday. I think we got one more day. Yeah, one more day. Okay, R&M Associates. Let's do it. Or R&M Associé, as it correctly put. Oh, customers! God damn it. Mousy is, hello? Is this the office of Renal Vulpens? Ah! It's you two! Mousy, what are you doing here? Oh, this is where I work. See? R&M. Renal and Mousy. Monsieur Renal Vulpes and I carry out all sorts of investigations together. Although, to be completely honest, it's normally Monsieur Vulpes chooses which cases to take on, and... Mousy, we have a message for you. Sorry to interrupt, but it's from Prince Juan himself. He wants to know if the birds have flown south for the winter, whatever that means. Oh, yes, the birds have migrated successfully. But if Prince Juan told you that, then that must mean he trusts you. He must want you to take these. Go on, take them. These are used train ticket stubs. It looks like two people took a railway trip to Vienna. What exactly is the point of this, Mousy? Prince Juan said that they would help with the trial. See the names! Gautier Senior. Nicole Senior. I recognize the surname, but I don't know who these people are. Neither do I, really. Monsieur, Prince Juan just told me to book train tickets for these people and then to make sure they caught the train. And so that's what I did. Strange. I'm not sure exactly how these stubs are supposed to help with the trial, but I'll keep a hold of them, just in case. Let's go, Sparrowson. I'm done playing courier. Good call. A new day. January the 17th. And it's trial time. Okay, so we're going to end the episode here, but before we do that, let's do a quick inventory. The Swan. Senior. That's her surname, right?
So I just got 2 train ticket stubs with the last name of Senia attached to them, which leads me to believe those are her parents. If I remember the story that was told, she's in debt, and it's largely because of the fact that she's being blackmailed, that she's doing some bad stuff, and it's because of her parents. So if they're out of the country, that means that they aren't easily killed, which means that, okay, so there's options here. I think these ticket stubs could be incredibly helpful. But before we get going into the rest of this, we're going to call it an episode so that way we can have the trial in the next one. Thank you everybody so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed yourselves. I know I sure did. If you liked the video, make sure to leave a like. If you want to see some more videos like this, make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.